The summer sun seems to have finally arrived in Cardiff, but Welsh people were still in the dark about their roadmap out of lockdown until this afternoon. The Welsh First Minister took to the Senedd to explain why he's moving slower than the leaders in the other nations.
There can be no doubt but that we are experiencing the anticipated third wave of this pandemic, with the rate in Wales rising overnight to 145 cases per 100,000 people.
From July 17th, up to 6 people can meet indoors, 1,000 seated people can attend an indoor event, and ice rinks can reopen. Most restrictions will be dropped on August 7th, including the limit on how many people can meet indoors, though masks will still be required in most indoor public places and transport. Shoppers in Cardiff seem to largely accept the more cautious approach.
I'd rather that England were being more cautious than us being less cautious.
It would be slightly annoying that they'd be ahead of us, but it will all end eventually. Like, they'll get over it, kind of thing, you know?
If we continue with the restrictions as they are, we're going to continue to see Wales at a disadvantage, frankly, from England.
James, who manages this tea room, is worried that the difference in mask rules for England will cause issues for staff.
We're going to do staycations. They're coming to Wales to get away. No one's going to realise that we're still in masks and we've still got set rules. It's going to be really, really confusing.
But travel operator Karen is unhappy there's now a 3-week lag time for double jab Welsh tourists to go on holiday, like their English counterparts, to amber list countries without needing to quarantine on their return.
Being Welsh, it's always a couple of weeks after England, which makes it even more uncertain. And it also doesn't help with Mark Drakeford standing up and telling the Welsh he strongly advises not to travel abroad. Well, I've been away recently in the UK, and I've also been to Mallorca, and I was much safer in Mallorca than I was in the UK.
Protecting this man's legacy, the NHS from being overwhelmed, has been the Labour Welsh Government's priority, and Mark Drakeford's handling of the pandemic was rewarded at the polls in May. Inevitably, though, the COVID defences have to start coming down, but as with everything in this pandemic, getting your timing right can simply be a matter of luck.
Yes, Vincent, it's all about the timing, and it's a slower pace for Wales than for England. How do you think that's gone down?
Well, Mark Drakeford here in the Senedd earlier on was much more cautious than Prime Minister Boris Johnson, even encouraging people not to holiday abroad unless it was necessary, and also to stay working at home if possible beyond the lifting of these restrictions. So a very different tone. People I spoke to in Cardiff generally agreed with a slower timetable, but there was some annoyance about having to wear masks. The Conservatives here, though, think that they should be moving slightly faster, but Mark Drakeford is going to have to explain his decisions tonight on a press conference.